With every guy friend I've talked to, I have found this out. And I guarantee you, when you have confidence, people see you as like 1,000 times more attractive. You will always look put together if you do the 2 out of 3 rule. Sometimes they need a little prompting. They need a little help. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia Campbell if you're new here, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I am giving you big sister advice tips. So today I am going to give you guys all my big sis advice, which is so weird because I'm a younger sister, but I feel like I have gotten so much information from being a younger sister that like it would be a crime for me not to share it with you guys and share the stuff that I have learned. I've categorized everything into 5 categories: school, friendship, boys, girl stuff, and faith. Applause, everyone. Thank you. I've written down a few notes we love. Your girlie came prepared for once today. First up, school. And I separated this as like actual school, but also like the social stuff involved with school. And a lot of this is like high school, but I guess some of it can also be translated into middle school. Don't procrastinate. I know that that's a simple one, but it will actually kill you. High school goes by so much quicker than you think. That means you should savor it, but it also means that people's opinions really don't matter. Like at the end of the day, and I think that's another one of my tips, nobody really cares who you were in high school. Like the amount of people I know who are in college, the adults I know, nobody's like, oh my goodness, well, who were you in high school? If they ask that, it's like a silly little question to figure out like more of who they were, but nobody really cares. Nobody really cares if you were popular or not. Nobody cares. So have the funnest time that you can have. I don't even think that's a word, but it should be. Have the best time that you can have, but don't be intimidated by other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, high school is going to be what you make it. Treat everyone the same. I don't know how to stress this enough. Freshman year, Claudia. And so I went to a public school. Now I go to a private school, which I feel like definitely makes me a little more diverse. I also was homeschooled too. So like
I've been at all of the schooling options.
For the longest time, I was so scared to talk to the popular people. And it's funny because if you know me now, like I don't really care who you are. If you have a pulse, I will talk to you and I will make friends with you. But back then, like I was scared to talk to the popular people because in my mind, they were like this clique that didn't want anyone. They didn't need friends. If I talk to them and I mess up,
then they're just gonna hate me, and then the whole school's gonna hate me, and what would I do?
Well, come to find out, nobody really liked the mean popular kids because they were mean. So even if they did hate me, they'd be like, oh, she's probably a great person because the
mean kids hate her, which means she's probably one of us.
I found that a lot of the popular people, they were literally just people. People are people. Whether they're popular, whether they're not popular. Some of my best friends were some of the people who were like not popular at all. Some of my best friends are the people who are popular. So talk to everyone, make friends to everyone. You'll be able to just like enjoy whatever class period you're in because you'll have a friend in every class period. Try your best, but don't let school be your life. I feel like this is not what I hear a lot. A lot of times parents, other people are pressure. They're like school.
As someone who I feel like has made a very successful career outside of school
is a part of your life, but it does not have to be your whole life. And the times that I made it my whole life, I've probably been the most depressed, the most anxious. There were things I just could not control. So do your best at it, but do not let it control your life. Write out on a piece of paper if you need to the things that make you happy, that you love. In a really hard season of my life, I had to carve out time for the gym because I was like,
if I don't, I'm just gonna be the saddest human being. Like,
quality of life does matter too. So that means if you're like hating life, hating school, okay, you have hours outside of school that you get to decide. Just manage your life and realize that at the end of the day, school is school. And this one kind of goes along with that. Have something outside of school that can be yours. And whether that's a goal that you're looking for in the gym or in a sport, starting a book, starting a business, like whatever it is for you that like, you're like, you know what? This is a really big goal. But if you work for it, I promise you guys, if you work just 30 minutes or an hour a day, then by the end of the year, you're going to have built something that you never thought possible just because you said, okay, I'm going to wake up 30 minutes earlier and I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to go to bed 30 minutes later, or maybe I'm just gonna carve out this time that I normally would be on my phone. But what I've found is when I have a project outside of school, it allows me to do something that I'm passionate about and that I love, and I feel like I'm working towards it. It makes me happy. I'm not saying never have free time. You need to have free time. You need to schedule that free time or else you're gonna be burnt out. But having times of doing things that you're pursuing what you're passionate about is going to help you when you're in school, because you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I'm learning this so that in the future I can continue doing what I'm passionate about. And that thing that's yours, people can't take away from you. Just get sleep. Just get sleep, please. Use a planner. You can either use Notion if you like an online planner. There's so many templates on Pinterest and stuff like that. Notion has been a tool of mine. I have created databases and put in things for my workout or things for my scholarships, different things like that. Notion will be your friend, especially if you like things on technology, you like things being on your computer. But I'm also a paper planner person. Like, I don't organize my life in Notion. I just use it as a tool for other things. I use my paper planner and I love it. Use something that you plan your life in, even if it's just like your phone calendar. Apply for scholarships as soon as possible. Something I'm doing right now. I put all my scholarships in a database and I like organize them based on dates because it's my senior year. I'm using scholarships.com and FastWeb if that's something that you're interested in. But those websites, whenever you sign up for them, they will connect you with scholarships that you can apply for even if you're a freshman or sophomore. So start with those because it will add up and your senior year self will literally thank you. Keep a list of accomplishments you've done. It's going to help you when you're applying for scholarships, when you're applying to colleges, to remember, oh yeah, I was in that weird obscure club freshman year. Oh, I did this community service. I just put it on a notes app in my phone. Next category, friendships. First things first, and this one I've learned the hard way, quality over quantity. Everyone sees like the Disney Channel stereotypes of the big friend groups and the loud and the boisterous and
blah, 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 blah.
And that's what we all want. Going into school, going into life, going into work. We want that like core friend group that's gonna be this big friend group. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. There's actually a lot of loneliness when you go to quantity of friends over quality. The reason I say this is because I've been in places where everyone's liked me and I've liked everyone, but I've been truly known by no one. There are sides of you that you reveal whenever you trust somebody more, and whenever you're just surface level with everyone and just like, hey, hi, how's the weather today? Then they don't really get to know you and you don't really get to know them. And you don't really have anyone to go to for advice. Find your people that can go deep with you, who can get to know you, and invest in them. I have also found as a general rule of thumb, if you go into a new environment, maybe it's changing from one school to another, whether it's moving, whether it's literally like I remember the switch from middle school to high school. I find that it takes you 1 year, one school year, to find out who your true friends are. And the reason I say this, the people you start out with are not always the people you finish with. Mainly because some of the deeper people, some of the people who you're really gonna click and connect with, they're not gonna be the ones who are the bright faces who are like, hey, what's up? Some of the deeper people are the ones who are slow to accept and who are shy, or who you just don't naturally gravitate towards first, right? Like, opposites attract, but sometimes they don't attract right away. I say it's about a year to figure out who your actual friends are. Keep in mind that year, give yourself grace, because there are gonna be times you're gonna feel lonely in that year, and just know it's all a part of the process. If there is an issue to bring up, bring it up, and a real friend is going to see that as an issue.
Do not gaslight you and to believe that you're an awful human being.
Even if it's a small issue, bring it up the second it occurs, because it is going to make your friendship stronger and it's going to be way easier to deal with. If you have trash friends, and I wish I could tell this to younger me, if you have trash friends, sometimes you think that it is better to keep those trash friends than to be alone. But can I just tell you, if you have trash friends who are treating you awfully, then you deserve to have good friends. So drop them off. You don't have to be rude, but find friends who actually are nice and caring, because I guarantee you there are people around you who can be good friends. If there are people who are talking bad about you, hating on you, who are pushing you down, then that relationship is not something we call a friendship. We call that a parasite relationship. Because what they're doing is they're only friends with you because they get a high off of pushing you down. We are not here for that in any way, shape, or form. No thank you, we will pass. You will attract people with the same vibe energy you give off. So if you're always attracting trash friends, take a look inward just for a second. I'm not saying you are a trash friend, but ask yourself,
how do I portray? How do I come off?
am I a kind person? If they gossip to you, they're probably gonna gossip about you. Point blank, simple. Time for the subject I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Boys. I'm gonna try to make this quick, but it's probably not gonna be quick. Being single is okay. Okay, so many people think, especially when they're younger in high school, even up until like college, even adults, if God has someone for you, then you just genuinely cannot mess it up. It's gonna be okay. Like, that doesn't mean that you're not worthy of a boyfriend. There are way too many factors to play into it. Like, if the guys around you are all super immature and you're mature, then like, you're probably not gonna get a boyfriend because they're intimidated by you, or a variety variety of other reasons. You will have glow-ups in the future. You will grow as a person, and other guys will have glow-ups in the future. Guys who you may not have seen as an option, personality-wise and physically, later you might look at and be like,
wait a minute, that guy's actually such a cool guy.
why? Because he's had time to mature and get a haircut. Require a man to meet your standards. Ladies, do not lower your standards. Chanel does not lower their prices. Dior does not lower their prices unless it's on sale. But you are not a sale item, right? Luxury does not lower their prices. So don't lower your standard because they're worthy of you. Like, your standards are not too high. People are just not meeting the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Guys can tell whenever you're needy, when you want attention. So if you become a confident, that girl type of version of herself who don't need no man, then guys understand that. They see that energy. They're like, wait, she doesn't need a man, but can I get her? And like, I don't understand the science of men.
I just know this.
I just understand this. Simple rules. Make eye contact. Treat them as humans and friends. Friends is important. They are people before they are your crush or deluluship or boyfriend. Friend phase is so important. I cannot stress this enough. If you're confused, it's probably because the guy is too in some way. Sometimes they need a little prompting. They need a little help. It is okay to make the first move. With every guy friend I've talked to, I have found this out. Guys genuinely do not take hints. Things that I would say are obviously flirting. The majority of girls would say obviously flirting. A guy looks at it and he's like, huh? So like sometimes you really have to be so obvious because they do not understand girl hints. Like, girl hints are different from boy hints. A boy hint is him basically confessing his love for you. Girl hints, they just don't get. Whatever your insecurity is, I guarantee you, guys are not turned off by it. There is a lid for every pot. And what I mean by that is that there's some guy out there who's gonna find you like dead on attractive.
Irresistible.
I am telling you that a lot of guys do not care about those sorts of things that a lot of girls notice and care about. At the end of the day, you're not okay and happy and satisfied without them. You're not going to be okay and happy and satisfied with them. No human can fix inward problems. You have to fix them. You have to heal. That's where having a relationship with God comes in, because he can heal that stuff. But if you're not looking inward and healing and okay to be alone, at the end of the day, if you cannot sit with yourself and be alone, then a guy can't. And what happens in a lot of relationships is that you're not okay to sit with yourself and be alone and be by yourself. And therefore, when you're in that relationship and the guy does not fix it, a lot of times, girls and guys both will look inward and be like, yeah, but I still hate myself. Yeah, but for some reason I'm not happy. Why? Not because that person isn't doing enough, but because inwardly, you still cannot be happy by yourself. It's like an emotional band-aid. It just doesn't heal anything. It just keeps it closed and covered up. Okay, girl stuff. 2 out of 3 rules. This means outfit, makeup, hair. You need to have 2 out of the 3 done at all times. No makeup days. I make sure to have a boss hair and outfit lined up. My hair isn't feeling it. Makeup and clothes. I'm having a terrible outfit. I can wear PJ pants, but if I have my makeup and hair done, I still look put together. You will always look put together if you do the 2 out of 3 rule. Have a cycle tracking app. I use Clue. This helps me. It notifies me when my period's about to start. Super nice. You need to act confident until you are confident. And once you act confident long enough, you're gonna be confident. Nobody is ever 100% confident. You just need to realize everyone's focused on themselves. Have good posture, shoulders up high, look people in the eye. And I guarantee you, when you have confidence, people see you as like 1,000 times more attractive than what you really feel like, because they look at you and they're like, wait, if they don't have any problems with their appearance, and they must really not have any problems with their appearance, like they must just be gorgeous and people must just tell them they're gorgeous. But in reality, it's like, no, I cried last night because I felt like I was ugly, but I showed up to the party today looking fresh, feeling good. You need basics in your closet. Like, it's great to have a graphic tee, it's great to have like these cute trendy pieces, but basics in your closet will go a long way, and it will make you feel like that girl and look like that girl. When you're on your period, drink lots of water. It will make your period shorter, I guarantee you. Dark chocolate helps cramps. If you're in the mood for dark chocolate and you're on your period, eat it. It will help you. If you have wavy hair and want it to be more curly, then don't use products with silicone, because that weighs down the curl pattern and makes your hair a little bit less, not healthy. It just weighs down the curl in your hair to where you have this weird funky, like, not curly, not straight. And whenever I started my curly hair process, no silicone, among other things, It helps your hair so much. If your hair is greasy, just do a slick back hairstyle. Boom, that girl. Journal out your thoughts and emotions because sometimes it's good to just get it out of your head. It is good to cry. It is so healthy. And maybe this is the fact that I have like 2 counselors as parents, but like crying is good. Scientifically, it makes you feel better after. Emotions don't make you weak. They just don't. They don't make you weak. I cannot stress this enough. Having emotions makes you human and it makes you capable of feeling. When you turn off your emotions, it might make you robotic, but guess what? Now you can't empathize with people. Now you can't feel the happy and good emotions. So whenever you have painful emotions, feel them. They don't make you weak. They make you human. Okay, the last one is my faith category. This is stuff that has kept me grounded. At the end of the day, my faith is what makes me confident. It's what makes me feel good. It literally keeps my life together. Whenever I'm doing bad with my faith walk, every area of my life suffers. Like my grades go down. I feel more tired. I feel more exhausted. It's not good. So here are my tips. Stay consistent in the word, even if it's not every day. I know we always get preached like every day, every day, every day. Sometimes that's just not attainable. Try to make it happen every day. If you miss a day, don't miss 2 days. Try to make it consistent. On the days when you're just too busy or you woke up late or whatever it is, bring Jesus alongside of you. I continue to preach this because everyone is like religion over relationship, but it's relationship over religion. And the reason I say this is when you treat God like your friend, then you're not going to go a day without talking to him, being with him, spending time with him. Whether that's reading his word or maybe that's like praying on your way to school, listening to worship music. Pray to him throughout your classes. And I know you're like, oh, so that's just like a fix if I don't spend time with the word. That doesn't mean you can't spend time with the word. No, spend time in the word and also do that and also pray with him. I promise it will radicalize your life when you start to bring Jesus with you into class, in the gym, into everywhere you go. Whenever I made that switch, everything started to change because all of a sudden I wasn't alone. All of a sudden I had someone to talk to. Like I cannot stress that enough. There's so much meaning and fulfillment, and your faith walk will change because now you're like, wait, he is my friend. And it's not about, okay, did I pray for this long every day?
Did I pray this many times? Did I read this much scripture? Did I listen to this? No.
It's just about, did I spend time with my friend? Yeah, I did. Prayer does change your heart, and I have found that having just a time of prayer every day, maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's on your way to school or work, pray specific prayers and watch how God changes your life. Prayer changes your heart posture. Community also changes your faith walk. I believe that it's like a wildfire. Like when you're around other Christians that are on fire, it's hard for you not to be on fire. So surround yourself with that community if you can. Surround yourself. Go to church. If you need to, connect with those old camp friends you had. Connect with those long distance friends you have. If you need to find Christian community and it's not with you in that community, it is not a bad thing to call up one of your long distance friends and talk with them. If you have trouble doing your Bible time in the morning like I do, try doing it before you go to bed each night. Podcasts that I love listening to, they're good Christian podcasts. Well, That's Good by Sadie Robertson, Happy and Healthy by Janine Emma-Pola, and Have You Heard by Emma McDaniel. Lovely. Finally, I love listening to sermons, and if you like that, then I absolutely love sermons. Craig Rochelle, Sean Johnson, Alistair Begg, those are some of my favorite preachers, teachers that I love listening to. It does allow me to, I feel like, get mentorship through podcasts, through sermons and those things, because I'm learning things from people more knowledgeable than me about a subject, or I'm getting encouraged. So guys, I am happy. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment your big sis tip if I have not said it, or tell me one of your favorites from this video. Subscribe. I have new videos out every single Friday, and I cannot wait to see you guys again next week. Mwah! Love you. Have a fantastic week.